Yeah, right. Three Cynics Gaming Podcast. Here it is. What'd you do this week, Mark Jr.?
Nah, shit.
Why not?
I went to work. Does that count? But I've been.
No. Talk about interesting things.
Well, work's not interesting. It's not interesting. I agree. I ripped up my vinyl floor and I'm putting tile down. Does that count?
Nope. Nope. Gaming news. Gaming news about Mark.
I downloaded Automatron, but I haven't played it.
Nice.
Does that count as something? Is that something?
Yeah, that's something.
All
right.
right.
I mean, it's almost interesting until you got up to the didn't play it part.
Well, I feel you. I played What's It Called with y'all. That was pretty fun. I had a good time with that.
The Crowdscape?
Yeah, Crowdscape.
Yeah,
that was pretty
good.
fun. Wild ass fucking
Evolve
game.
was alright too. It would have been better if we could go on a little longer, but it was pretty cool.
You cannot start playing a video game with Junior at 10:30 at night, bitch.
I know, but I just wanted to get something in. That's all. What about you, Nate? What fascinating things happened in your life?
Well, I was eating a mamba earlier. Y'all remember that?
Yeah, I like mambas.
I had one just a few weeks ago.
That's wild. I ain't seen mambas in ages.
They only sell them in the big grocery stores up here.
Yeah, I got it at the little Habib store near my job.
Nice.
I downloaded Dead Island, which I got a long time ago, never downloaded. And it's like if you take, what's the other one, Clay? Dying Light, and then take out all the fun. That's what Dead Island is.
I'm pretty sure they're made by the same people.
Basically, they took out the quick movement, basically. So there's no parkour. It's just like a zombie survival game. And that's boring, because without the quick movement, I'm just going from one place to another, killing the same zombie over and over again. At least with the parkour, it made it interesting. So, which means I'll probably never download Dead Island Riptide or Dead Island Epidemic, because I got them all, and I'm passing. It's good. They'll just sit there in my library forever until Steam lets me sell them back for 15 cents a piece.
Right,
whatever they plan on doing.
Resales. Yeah, I played the one Mark Jr. played, A Quiver of Crows. Made a first impression or Cynical Sins video about it. My first, I think it was like 26 minutes long.
Sorry.
All right, that was real.
Yeah, what the fuck? Okay, all right.
Done now. It's done.
It's okay.
Don't worry
It's
about
okay.
it. It's cool.
And oh my gosh, just wait, viewers, until you see that video. That game. All right, it's a cool game. It's very, like Mark said, it's very fluid. And there's no hesitation in anything that happens in the game, but it can be so frustrating. It is way above my difficulty curve. Way above. Like, I died like 6 times trying to get through level 2. It was ridiculous.
I'm going to throw this out there that Green Man Gaming is having their spring sale.
All right.
So that's a thing. You could get Left 4 Dead 2 for $6.79, and we could all play Left 4 Dead 2 together.
Ooh, hold on. Green Man Game is. They put the whole thing up. There's a GMG. No, there's the whole
It's
thing.
Green Man Gaming. You know, that's how they do.
Ooh, spring sale. What?
So that's
what?
a thing. You can buy the Batman Knight that still doesn't work on PC if you want to just throw some money at Warner Brothers for free. Just like a donation.
Nah, they got to make a good game to get my money.
Dude,
Yeah.
Batman games are good. They
it
just have to
was
work.
a good game. You just didn't get to play it.
They just have to work. That's all. I'm a big fan of the Arkham series. You just, if I can't play it, I obviously can't consider it to be a good game because it don't work.
That's fair.
I don't know. See, the weird thing is, the Batman is a blend of a lot of game genres that I like. That with the stealth, the detective work, the action, the melee, and all that sort of stuff. And all of those things I like individually, but I don't like the Batman games. I played the first, what did I play? Arkham Origins, and what was the second one? Arkham City?
Yeah.
The first one was Arkham Asylum. The second one was Arkham City.
Yeah. Yep.
And what was Arkham Origins? Because I played that one too off of your account.
That was the third one.
Yes.
Okay, then I played the first 3. Didn't like one of them. I don't know what it is. I'm also not a huge Batman fan, so it's plus I like to be contrary.
You do. They got The Witcher 3 for $23 and Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare 2 for $43. It's a pretty good deal. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna do it, but it's a good deal.
Right. If I had $1, maybe, but I don't have any dollars.
I got like $3.
I just spent my last $3 on this beer right here, because priorities.
Are 20 minutes into this Skype call and have not talked about nothing. That's my extra grammar for you guys.
Yep.
Bam.
Yep. Okay. Gaming news. First up on our list. Microsoft likes sexy bitches just like anybody else, and you shouldn't count them out. No, they don't, and they feel they got all apologetic and whatnot. In an article from CNET, from Mr. Chris
Mr. Whoa.
Matisic. Sorry, bro. I have no idea. Is that Polish or something?
Matty Sizik?
Yeah, sure.
That's what I'd say. Matisic is what I would pronounce.
Matisic. Okay, cool. Yeah. Apparently, The Verge obtained an email from Phil Spencer just lamenting the whole scenario and disparaging his employees, all the people under him, for even allowing this to happen. Now, this is... Whoa, what's with the double talk? All right, it's gone now. What the fuck ever.
Yeah,
anyway,
I was never getting double talk.
This is... they had sexy schoolgirls at their event, their post-GDC party. And, yeah... People got pissed. The media got pissed. Feminists got pissed. And for some reason, sexy ladies aren't cool anymore. And I don't quite understand it because, I mean, if you're a guy or a girl who likes ladies, don't you like sexy ladies? And if you're a guy or a girl who likes guys, don't you like sexy guys? Or at least don't you like looking at them? I don't understand why it's all so offensive. I understand why Phil Spencer and the Xbox division are taking such a defensive and reproachful stand, but I don't see the purpose in all the outrage.
The word you were looking for, Clay, is hoopla.
Yeah,
I see
yeah.
the point in all the hoopla. I'm actually prone to agree. I might get myself in trouble here because I've been watching a lot of Undoomed lately, who is a fellow YouTuber. Feminists shouldn't be listened to anyway.
Well, at least not the most recent incarnation of them.
No. The current incarnation of feminist is not what you think of when you think of a feminist. There's all for equal rights. All for equal rights, 100%. The fact that there was ever not equal rights doesn't confer well in my mind. But the modern feminist is someone who tries to shut down anything that they don't like, basically. Like, rape jokes aren't funny. Well, maybe not to you they're not funny, but to some people they're funny, and you can't tell people they can't say them.
Yeah, and just laughing at a rape joke doesn't mean that you don't understand the great impact and the trouble of what rape is. Just because rape is an awful thing that everyone can equally abhor doesn't mean a joke about it isn't funny. But, yeah.
That being said, I'm sure those women got a good paycheck. I don't know what objectifying somebody is. I don't know what we consider that as a society anymore. My personal opinion is if you agree to do something and you get paid to do it, then you're not objectified because you're doing it on your own. This is your decision. And I agree. I mean, people like sexy people. It's cool. They'd probably get more shit if they saw my fat ass up there dancing half naked.
I was just thinking the same shit, Nate. You can come look at my fat ass if you want to. Now, I will. If you pay me $1,000 to come dance for you, I will come dance for you. So I don't understand why the fuck you're so offended by Microsoft having sexy bitches dance at their after party. Wasn't a party? Isn't that what the description of it was?
Yeah,
Party?
it was a party.
There's people who make entire professions off of dancing at parties, and they're not schoolgirls in outfits. So I don't understand what the fuck you're so offended by.
Oh, dude, this is where they missed out. They should have had some sexy school boys, and then it would have been equal objectification.
Well, but I'm with Nate on it, because if they probably got more money for that one night than I make in a week. So, you know what? Fuck it, let them do it. They chose to do it. Nobody went to them and said, you have to dance at the Microsoft party.
This is true.
Somebody offered them X amount of dollars, and they were like, that's awesome. So, let's run with it.
I'm actually, like, I don't want to, but I feel like I'm losing respect for Microsoft and for Mr. Spencer because I'm so tired of people apologizing for everything. It's a big issue in the athletic world, as we all know, where a random athlete will actually speak his mind for once and then immediately have to backtrack because somebody got offended. Like, look, maybe that dude's just a shithead, and if you want to listen to him speak, know that he's going to be a shithead. Why should he have to, or she, or anybody, have to apologize for the things they say because someone got offended? I don't understand that.
Nate,
I'm tired of our
entire society we live in.
Yes, and I'm tired of it.
I mean,
why?
I feel you. I'm with you on that, but that's the entire society that we live in, dude. I mean, people are so easily offended nowadays. You can't even scroll by it on Facebook or scroll by it on a blog and not flip your shit. Whatever happened to just saying, okay, well, that's nice. I don't agree with that, and moving the fuck on.
Or just literally just thinking, well, fuck off and click away. That's almost what I always do.
Bam. That is as simple as that.
Dick. I'm gonna change the channel.
Yeah. He will no longer get my vote. Bam.
Yeah. Well, here's a choice quote from Mr. Spencer's email. It says, quote, "We are not going to tolerate this. I appreciate that we will be judged by our deeds and not just our words. And yet every day we see our people taking important and meaningful steps forward in our journey towards inclusion." End quote. How is it not inclusive? I don't understand that whole thing. Why is it not inclusive? It's more inclusive to hire the sexy bitches.
Agreed.
Sorry, that was kind of sexist. To hire attractive women to be your entertainment. People do that all the time and get no flack. Women hire attractive male entertainment for their what's the party before the wedding?
Bachelorette.
Yeah, the bachelorette party. Nobody says a fucking word. So, but that's confusing. The idea, it was inclusive. You included more women than men in your entertainment. In fact, you were uninclusive toward men. They should be offended.
Bam, outraged. What's his name? Phil Spector? I'm sending him an email. I'm outraged.
Why was I not hired?
Phil Spector. Oh. Phil Spencer. Mark. Completely different people.
I know. Okay. Well, I don't know who Phil Spencer is, but I'm sending him an email because I'm extremely disappointed there wasn't sexy dudes there.
Yeah.
And I wasn't one of them?
This would be a much more entertaining conversation if there was sexy dudes. Matter of fact, Phil Spencer, he's in charge of, a lot of things that happen every day with the Xbox division. Next year, he should plan for an opposing party. Opposite to this year, next year should be nothing but sexy dudes. That'd be awesome. And the whole world would get a great laugh out of it.
I don't see any apologies for any of the games on Xbox that objectify, quote-unquote, women. Sorry, quote-unquote, objectify women. I don't see, there's thousands of them. I don't see any apologies. But when it's an actual woman, people are getting mad. Is it still not the same principle?
Maybe it's because you're not sexy.
Oh,
I'm not sexy.
No,
it's
not
the
you.
Same.
I'm talking about whoever wrote him and got all whiny because maybe they're not sexy and they're like, that bitch is sexy. That bothers me that she's sexy. Because women have lots of confidence issues, self-esteem and whatnot. So
men do as well.
Oh, agreed. I'm a big fat guy and I don't give a fuck.
I am actually much more likely to buy a product from someone who doesn't back down on their word. If I don't agree with what they say, that's fine. Then I'm not going to be as
engaged.
Yes, thank you. But it's like Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is anti-gay. They never changed that stance. People still go there.
Yes.
Right?
All the time. They're huge.
Dude, Chick-fil-A is awesome. I don't give a fuck. I love some Chick-fil-A.
We can use Marshawn Lynch as a primary example. Richard Sherman. I hate Richard Sherman, but I respect that he actually speaks his mind in front of a camera.
That he's not
instead
scared
of just the same nonsense.
Yeah, that he's not scared to let you know how he feels. Yeah, I agree with that.
I'm not a fan of his. I think he's overrated, but at least he's willing to step up and say what everybody thinks but is afraid to say.
No, he's just the most capable cheater at this moment in time. That's all it is.
I feel like...
Blah, blah. Don't be politicizing football on the Gaming Podcast.
Shut up.
I guarantee you the listeners that we have probably watch football, Clay. You watch football?
I try not to.
I know you try not to, but you watch them Steelers. Don't act like you don't watch them Steelers.
I watch the Steelers and hockey.
So there you go. Bam.
I don't know. I just feel like in our society right now, to completely continue to derail ourselves off the gaming topics, it's like whichever minority speaks the loudest. And I'm not talking about, the civil rights movement or anything that's actually serious, or back when women needed their equal rights movements. I'm not talking about that.
During
That's
the
serious
real suffrage
business.
movement. Yeah.
Yes, that's real stuff. But this just seems to me to be complaining to have something to complain about. You are going out looking to be offended. Stop it.
Oh yeah.
Stop it.
Was the person at the party? Were they at the party and they were offended by it?
Well, the thing is, many people were there, and many people took photographs and video, and it just sort of exploded in all directions at once.
All right. Okay. It's just stupid. Y'all are retarded. Get over it. Stop being a bunch of pussies. Or bitches, or whatever the fuck
here it is. Here it is.
It's just too damn, you're just too goddamn sensitive. God damn, America. Stop being so damn sensitive.
Yeah, fuckers. Okay.
I'm going to throw out there that pussy isn't pussy in the slang for a vagina. That's actually derived from Latin, meaning coward. Just to throw that out there. So if anybody has an issue with that.
So you can get offended at me and I don't fucking care because I won't know.
Random internet people.
He won't come looking to know either. He doesn't give a shit what you think.
No, not even the littlest, tiniest bit.
Right. Moving on to our second topic from PlayStation 4.5.
Oh, asinine. Poop ass.
You hate it, so take it.
I'm getting all heated this episode already. Go with it.
No, because it's just retarded. Why? Why? It's like you half-assed
No, hold on. Introduce the article.
Oh, no,
don't do that. No, I'm all with it.
Yeah,
Why?
I'm not worth it.
It's stupid.
Kotoku by Patrick Klepek.
I think that's Klepek? Klepek.
Patrick
We're going with
Klepek.
Klepek. Apparently, I'm the foremost authority on pronouncing last names.
Bam, and it worked. All right, let's run with it. But anyway, so what you're telling me, all I hear when you say 0.5 or like the black version or whatever, the upgraded version, is you didn't try hard enough on the first go round and you hustled me into buying it. And now so you want 4.5, so you upgraded some dumb shit that I don't even need. It's just, it's asinine, dude. No, because
they're talking about making it 4K capable.
Well, I understand, but with increased graphical power and games running at 4K resolution. Wonderful. Why didn't you do that in the first place a year and a half ago, ass?
Because it was too expensive to do so.
Bullshit. I don't buy it.
This
bullshit.
is worse than the upgradable console. Because in order to get all of this stuff that they're promising you or that they say they're going to give you, also this is sources, so I don't know that PlayStation has actually come out and said that they're actually doing this. But sources are most of the time pretty reliable. Kotaku is a pretty reputable company as far as that's concerned. This is worse than the upgradable. It's got me heated too, and I'm not even a fucking console gamer, and I'm certainly not a PlayStation gamer. But it's worse than the upgradable consoles because not everybody has access to it. That means basically anybody who happens to buy a PlayStation after this is either A, they're not going to get that many sales because they're going to see the price difference between the original PS4 and the new PS4 and they're just going to buy an old PS4. Or B, you're going to have to buy an all-new PS4.5 if you already own the PS4 to get these capabilities. And that's bullshit. Either your gaming console is a computer or it's a console. Make up your mind.
Well, what if they're following Nintendo's trend and trying to make the console generations much, much shorter?
Well, then I'll just stop buying consoles altogether.
Maybe that's the ultimate goal. But it can't be for PlayStation. It can't.
Why not? Why not? If you
What does
can
PlayStation
sell,
make? I mean, I
Doesn't
know they
that-
make TVs and it's Sony.
Well, they're owned by Sony,
Yeah, so they make lots and
everything.
lots of things. But the console, do they make computers?
think about. Hold on. Yes,
Sony Vaio, yeah.
They used to. They Vaio was bought, but think of it this way. The PlayStation 4 is like the best-selling console of all time, or excuse me, the fastest-selling console of all time, or something like that. Don't quote me on it, but it has sold
Quote the
very,
shit out of
very
you.
well, and it has beat the shit out of Microsoft in the sales numbers. They could start that all over again with a 3-year cycle and make a piss ton of money.
Yeah, well,
But-
if you guys are retarded enough to go buy 4.5, you can kiss my ass. I'm not
Doesn't-
doing it.
But that's
Doesn't
I'm
that
not buying
run
Xbox
contrary?
1.5. I've already dropped the $400+ for the Xbox One. I'm not dropping another $400 to $500 for the X.1.5. It's not gonna fucking happen. So,
okay, but the difference between 1080p or 900p capable as the Xbox is and 4K is enormous.
I believe you,
It
Clay.
would be a
I have a 4K
gigantic
TV.
leap. Yeah,
I
and
know.
you're never playing games at 4K on it.
and none of my cable comes in at 4K. What's your point?
You could be playing games at 4K for the same price or a little
Can,
more.
can I
than
be
you
doing
pay
that
for
on
your
my
Xbox.
PC right now?
Hell no, you ain't got the graphics power for it.
Oh,
and
okay.
here's the thing.
Well, then there you go.
This is why
Clay, it
when
doesn't have
when
to
the
be
PlayStation
perfect. I
came
can
out,
go
when
play
the
Dragon
Xbox
Warrior
One came
4.
out, what was it, 2013 they came out? There was not a graphics card, a single graphics card, that is one card on one board, in the world that could play games at 4K. Not one. Today, the cheapest graphics card that you could hope to achieve 30 FPS on 4K will cost you $650. This is not going to be easy. And
So
if
you're
it's an
telling me this bitch is
iterative
going to
thing,
cost me $1,000? I'm not buying that.
no, nobody would buy a $1,000 console. This is why the TurboGrafx 16 and the Neo Geo failed. You can't sell an expensive console. But if they can optimize a lower-end GPU, say a $400 GPU, inside of what total is a $600 machine to play games at true 4K resolution, that is an enormous leap in graphical capabilities.
Yeah, but see, I think you're going to scare people off.
Maybe, and you'll also divide the community.
So, dude, it just sounds bad to me. But that's me. I'm not a fan of those little upgrades.
It's
So-
not little. That's what I'm saying. It's not little. It's enormous.
Yeah, but you're talking I'm going to have to drop another $600 on it.
Yes, you got to
You're
pay for
fucking
it.
crazy. I'm not doing it.
So, okay. So, how short is too short of a console generation?
I would say every 5 years there should be a new console. That's what I would say.
So, if they come out with a $600 4K capable Xbox 2,
In
2 years from now.
2018, I'll probably buy it.
All right, cool.
Yeah, because you just feel like you're getting hustled. How many people bought it when it first dropped? A lot of people waited till it came down $50 or whatever. So I mean, now granted, I've had mine since the jump, but lots of people didn't have theirs versus the jump. So, and like Nate said, if you're sitting there with your mama and you looking at GameStop, and there's a PlayStation 4 right here that costs $299 new, and there's a PlayStation 4.5 that costs $599.99, guess which one your mama's picking up?
Well, they would be foolish to name it the PS 4.5. The other idea
it
would
could
the
be
the
PlayStation
PS
X or something.
4K
Okay.
would be a much more descriptive of its capabilities.
I think you're overplaying your hand.
Anyway, so me and Mark we did the whole shouting match thing just as Nate was trying to speak. What do you
Sorry,
got?
go ahead, Nate.
Oh, I've been perusing Reddit. That's what I've been doing, because I think that I'm just gonna not stop talking when y'all won't stop talking, because I always stop talking and then I don't get to talk for like 15 minutes. So I'm just gonna stop not talking.
There you go.
I'm
Just
gonna
keep
continue
going.
talking until y'all
And
shut
get
the fuck up,
louder. That's what I do. I just get louder and louder.
because that's what y'all do.
Yes.
I think that a console should last as long as the technology is valid. I think that putting a year cap on it is dumb. if we already spoke about it before, the Xbox 360 and the Xbox One, the upgrades are there, but they're not worth the price increase. They're not worth how much you're going to have to spend on the new system. But it's a console, so you don't really have a choice. You either upgrade when they upgrade or shortly thereafter, or you're just playing old games because they're not going to keep making them for the older systems. So unlike computers, you don't really have that choice.
Damn, super
Following
unprofessional
that,
there.
So what?
Go ahead, Nate. Sorry.
So anyway, when you, if your Xbox 360 is still viable technology for the games you're trying to make, there shouldn't have to be a new system just because they want there to be one. And also, doesn't shortening the console generation life, doesn't that run contrary to their selling points? Isn't it, don't they make less money off the console than they do off the individual video games? So the idea is to sell more video games than consoles?
Yes.
Yeah.
Their profit margin is a lot bigger on video games. So wouldn't it make less sense to put out new product, especially considering your PS4s over time are going to get cheaper to make for the company?
Well,
but their price isn't going to drop that much.
They're in a precarious situation in this generation at this point because 4K displays are becoming very affordable much faster than 1080p did. You know, the first flat screen TVs came out in like 99, at least hit the mass market. I didn't find one affordable until, I don't know, 10 years ago. So, 6-7 years afterward. But 4K, I mean, you can get a 42-inch 4K TV for like $650. That was unprecedented in the 1080p age. So the display technology.
Hold on. Who the fuck is buying a 42-inch TV?
Nobody.
It doesn't matter, but
anybody
who wants a TV for their bedroom.
65-inch 4K. So there you go.
So the display technology is outpacing the console technology, and I guess they feel like they have to play catch up.
Hey, and you know what? Say whatever you want. If PlayStation drops it and they're willing to, say they drop it next year, that's 4 years between it, and Xbox doesn't drop anything, you're already crushing the shit out of them. It can't hurt.
Right?
So you're already crushing the shit out of them, so go ahead and drop that shit. Now, I'm not buying it. I had a PlayStation 4. I have an Xbox One. Guess which one I don't own? So, when everybody said the PlayStation 4 was a better system. Okay, I believe you, but I don't own it anymore.
They're the same system.
So, well, I did it for community, and then don't play with
difference
anybody.
is,
fuck y'all.
Yeah, the differences between them are minimal. I'm sorry. It's not that... Pick one or the other and roll with it if you're a console gamer.
All right. Well, let's move straight from that into no more Wii U. That's a good... Since we're already on the topic of
Phil, you don't know how numbers work, Clay.
Shut up.
I
just picked the best ones. But, well, you can tell by the title. Click on the article. Nate, why don't you fill in the listeners? Take the bump on this one.
It says right here, update. Nintendo has denied it.
Yeah, well, they're going to deny it one way or the other.
They have to until they make a decision.
Yeah. It runs contrary to what I was hoping Nintendo would do. Sorry, this is an article on Destructoid by Steve Hansen. I wonder if... No, anyway, moving along. Sorry. My brain sidetracked me there for a second. Basically, there was rumors among Nintendo followers that the NX would basically replace the Wii U. Whatever the hell its actual name is going to be. There's an update on the article that said this isn't an announcement from the company and that they are denying that they're going to stop production on Wii U and Wii U games. Fuck that shit. All right? I thought they were going to try to run like a family-friendly system and a serious system at the same time. And if they're just going to drop on the Wii U, I love Nintendo. They're one of my favorites. I have the best memories of Nintendo, more so than any other console. So I lean much more towards them, and specifically not because of their exclusives, but because of the number of their exclusives. It's not like buying an Xbox where you're buying it for Tomb Raider. No, you're buying it for Zelda and Metroid or Pokemon for the handheld and all the other titles that are just them. The Wii U, how long has the Wii U been out? 4 years? 3 years?
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, not a clue in the world, brother. I'll Google it.
Okay. Yeah, you Google it. But I don't feel like it's been out that long at all. Maybe it's because the last generation of consoles was so long. It was a long generation. But I don't know. I'm pretty pissy with that, if that's the case. I mean, it is a little unrealistic for me to expect them to run 2 consoles at the same time, given how expensive consoles are. But I don't know. I'm not buying all that shit again. I'm just going to stop owning consoles.
3.5 years it's been out.
So
3.5 years.
Neither one of you. So I guess both of you kind of despise the idea of the early adopters' remorse. That is, Mark hates the idea that the iterations could come so soon, and Nate, you're kind of upset with the same deal. And I'm not sure I understand it. I mean, like, when I bought my $500 graphics card, pretty much exactly 12 months later, you could get a way much better graphics card for $500. Didn't upset me a bit. Nate, you...
No. But your graphics card is still a very viable graphics card, and it will be for probably the next 10 years.
Probably.
That's my issue with it.
Oh, you're right. Okay, never mind. The PC is entirely different. That kind of slipped out the back of my head that I'll always be able to play PC games on my PC. So
yes,
there's a difference, and I think you guys are right. It's the software that makes the difference. When you feel like even though you just spent $400 or $500 on your new Xbox or whatever it happens to be, and then 2-3 years later they come out with a new one. It's not the idea that your hardware is obsolete. It's to know that shortly you're not going to get any more games. That's...
I don't care at all.
But
yes,
obviously you do.
Not about the Wii U. Or them stopping
about consoles in general.
I do.
But think about it. The NX is supposed to be something very serious, something powerful.
I mean, that's true. And I'm a sucker at buying new consoles, so...
Right. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Oh, I am. I'm a sucker.
Well, there is a problem with it when there's no more exclusives, because that's pretty much the only reason to own a console. But
no, it's because it's easier for me. I just load it up and it's ready to play. I don't have to double click. I ain't got to do all this dumb shit. Wait 45 minutes. It's fucking retarded.
Okay, you're right. In the idea that it is easier. There's a lot that you don't have to think about on a console, but you do a lot of waiting. I don't want to hear that baloney.
I wait in load screens, but other than that, I don't really wait.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And my shit doesn't crash out, and I got to play Batman, bitch. Sup?
Yeah. Well, I can't help it. Game makers hate the PC. It's their fault, not mine.
As much as I like the Batman series, I don't feel like I missed anything by not playing that one.
You really didn't.
So,
I mean, it was an enjoyable.
Cool.
It was an enjoyable game, but if you can get it for $20-$25, it's definitely worth the play.
I wouldn't give them $25 for that. Fucking.
I would. I gave him 60. So there you go.
No, not on PC.
Well, no.
I might download it maybe if they gave it to me for free. But then again, I would have second, third, and fourth thoughts about doing it. So.
Well, you're just missing out.
Nah, I don't much care for Batman. What's next on the docket here? Well,
since you're all over the place.
There's Laura Kate Dale. She's basically, we don't need to go into it, but Laura Kate Dale wrote an article regarding the idea of separating the community via hardware. The same thing we've been discussing this whole time. You guys can find it on Destructoid. What's the title of this article? Hyrule Warriors Legends is a grim warning against revised hardware. And I don't think we're going to get into it because it's just going to be restating what we already did. But check it out, listeners, if you want to. Then let's move into... Oh, yeah. This thread. What's the best game you ever bought? I found this thread on the PC Gaming subreddit, and I struggled with the idea. There's no article associated with this one, guys. It's just an idea I saw on the Reddits, and I find it very difficult to quantify or even qualify what is the very best game I've ever bought.
Dungeons and Dragons.
How do you? Well, let's stick with video games for the sake of the podcast.
That's not what it says, does it? It says best game I ever bought.
Well, Nate, what's the very best video game you ever bought? And how do you quantify that?
Yeah, you're in very odd territory, to be honest with you. That's what are my parameters? I can tell you that, I've played thousands of hours in various Fallout games. Does that make them the best game I've ever bought? I don't know. I can give you a verbal walkthrough for the first 2 Fallout games. Does that make those the best games I ever bought? I don't know. I had the most fun playing first-person shooters with my brothers. Does that make those the best games I've ever bought? I don't know. Well, give me some kind of parameter to work with.
Well, that's the thing. That's why I found this very intriguing, because if you don't, I guess you have to set your own parameters. Mark, can you identify the best game you ever bought without very specific parameters?
Yes and no. I mean, I could tell you what I feel like I got the best value out of my money for. If that's,
but is that what makes it the best game to you?
That's why I said yes and no. Because value-wise, for what I spent compared to what I got out of it, I would say Morrowind was my favorite game that I've bought, that I spent the most time with and loved the most. So money versus, because when I bought Morrowind, I think it was $10. So it was worth the value. Now, I think Oblivion was a better game and I enjoyed Oblivion more, but value versus fun, I found Morrowind versus the money versus the fun.
So money is an integral part of the formula for you.
Yes.
Okay. So see, and there you go. You've got these strange. You just set a parameter, and that is the amount of money you spend on it. That didn't even occur to me because I don't care how much money I spent on a game unless I have buyer's remorse. So, of all the games I've ever bought, I've suffered buyer's remorse only a few times.
You do realize, Clay, that I've been paying $60 for games for forever. It's very rare that I find a game for $10 or $20 at GameStop or Bargain Bin or whatever. So that's worth it.
Right. So most of the time you're paying the same price, so the price should be immaterial.
But it's not.
Okay, let me put it this way. I think one of my candidates for the very best game I ever bought is Battlefield Bad Company 2. Badass single player, badass multiplayer. And Nate and I didn't even spend all that much time in it. Not nearly as much as we did in Battlefield 3. But that I don't give a shit about that. So time is out of the equation for me.
See, time is not out of the equation with me because if I truly enjoyed that game that much, or it would be listed on my favorites list, then it would definitely be time spent. It's got to be in the equation.
No, it doesn't have to be. It's like I don't know. It's how fondly I remember a game more than any other factor.
Well, if it's it's a Breath of Fire 3, bitch.
I don't really care.
Fire 3, not even better than Dragon Warrior 3.
I love Dragon Warrior 4.
Dragon Warrior 4 was awesome.
But
see, I don't even remember how much I paid for Battlefield Bad Company 2. I think, Nate,
we got it late.
Yeah, we got it late, on the Xbox 360, right?
Yeah, we weren't early adopters. It was at least half price.
Yeah, so even though I spent more on Battlefield 3 and probably spent 3 times as much time in Battlefield 3, I don't think of it on the same level as Battlefield Bad Company 2. Only because Battlefield Bad Company 2 was the better game, and time and money had nothing to do with whether I enjoyed it or not.
Well, we both say that we wish we would have spent more time in Battlefield 2. So I'm wondering if by your criteria, does the amount of time you spend with it adversely affect how you remember it?
That's what it sounds like. Yeah, that's a good point.
Well, no, I'll say outright. Battlefield Bad Company 2 was a better game than Battlefield 3. Mm-hmm. It just was.
Didn't play either one.
I don't know. This, to me, is like asking who the best ever football player was. I can make a case for 50 different players.
Easily.
Right? But I don't know where to go with that. It's like defensive player. Even that, I can still make the case for 30 players.
Right.
So it's kind of like
Nate, you can break it down to position by position. You're probably naming 15 to 20.
Yes, but at least that way you can get more quantifiable numbers. Like, you can compare numbers for quarterbacks and tell, at least you can narrow it down to 5 people, basically.
I mean, I feel you on that, but Jim Brown's considered the greatest running back to ever play, and
No,
he doesn't have the numbers that are anywhere near Barry Sanders, even Jerome Bettis, even Emmitt Smith, who holds the record. So
it would have to be what your criteria is. Like, I very fondly remember Half-Life. Half-Life is what made me a gamer. More specifically, Counter-Strike and Day of Defeat. Counter-Strike, I played religiously and quasi-professionally, I guess you could say, because I played in tournaments and won, and we played in the Cal leagues and all of that for any of their players who were alive, any of our listeners who were alive a long time ago. But I don't remember that as fondly as I do other games. And where do I go from there? Because I can pick up, to this day, I play through Final Fantasy 2, 3, Dragon Warrior 1 and 4, Chrono Trigger, and a couple of others, Paladin's Quest and things like that. Once every 2 years, I'll pick them up and play through them. So I don't know if I can actually quantify this in a way without somebody setting parameters for me.
And that's something I'd like to bring up too. I think it's foolish to quantify it. I think it is only qualifiable and completely unquantifiable. The idea of asking how much did you pay for it and how much time did you spend with it are fool's errands, because they have little bearing on how much you enjoyed the game and how well you remember it or how fondly you remember it.
Yeah, I played EverQuest for 6 years, 7 years. I've never played any game that long. Does that make it my favorite?
I played Diablo 2 for like 4 years. That definitely doesn't make it my favorite. Fuck that game. I mean, it was awesome, and I enjoyed the shit out of it, but that's not even like on the top 50, top 100.
Did you play it single player the same way I did?
No.
All by your lonesome?
No, I played it with everybody, Bill and Rob and Dad and Nate. I'm pretty sure Nate was playing too. I played with everybody, yeah. So,
but hold on, let me win some points with my wife, because I'm going to have to say Star Wars Galaxies, because that's where I met my wife. All right,
okay, there you go. I met my wife in the smoking section at work.
Nice.
That's not nearly as fun. But were you killing a sand dragon when you were doing it?
We got to take a break. We're late on our break, guys. And that's a phone call.
And you got a phone call. Ignore it.
Dude, Mom and Dad will be here in like 20 minutes, too.
Oh, well, take a break. We'll come back. We'll finish it up. Let's talk about Fallout 4. All right, Fallout 4. Who's going to play the survival mode? Mark Jr.?
I'm reading it right now, dude.
Well, you know what a survival mode is. Are you going to play it?
Take your Remember Fallout New Vegas, Mark?
Yeah.
All right, take Fallout 4 and make it way more tedious. There you go, Ben.
No, that doesn't sound like fun at all.
Wait a minute. Why would it be more tedious?
Because if it's
disabling manual and quick saves and the fast travel system. That sounds like ball ass.
Yes. They don't seem to understand at Bethesda, a lot of game companies, and I'll pick on Bethesda because I'm normally all up their butt. They don't understand that I don't need a different mode. I'll just increase the difficulty if I want more challenge. A prime example will be Fallout New Vegas' survival mode or whatever it was. All it made me do was eat, drink, and sleep on a regular basis. That's just tedious. You're just taking away from my game playing experience.
Oh, so you're kind of taking the game out of the game.
Yeah, like I have to sleep in real life, and I hate it. I love it because it's awesome, but I hate it because I could have 8 more hours a day to do stuff.
See, I hate sleep altogether. I only sleep because my body makes me.
Right.
If my body didn't make me sleep, bitch, I would never sleep. I am wasting time.
Right.
Fucking
Sleep is wasted time.
God damn. 1/3 of my life wasted.
But it's so good.
No, see, Donna feels the same way. She loves that shit. See, and I hate it. Sleep is only necessary. Other than that, fuck that.
But you don't feel no better than when you get up from a sleep. Man, ain't nothing like a fucking... like 8 hours sleep, you wake up, no alarm clock. Man, that's the best.
I mean, I'm with you on that.
I do like not waking up to an alarm clock.
Agreed. I hate waking up to the alarm clock. It makes me hate whatever sound it's making.
Yeah, I used to change mine on the regular just so I wouldn't hate it. Can
I ask, can we bang on PewDiePie's fucking YouTube Red series? Who the fuck is watching that? Can I just bang on that for a second?
Dude, that has popped up on my YouTube front page more times than I can count, and never once have I had the interest to click it. No offense to Felix or PewDiePie, but
no, plenty of offense to him. You get as offended as you want, buddy.
I don't like his content. It's not for me. Him and Markiplier, the only purpose in watching their videos is to watch somebody go, ah! 30 times
it's
in
so
15
fake.
minutes.
But who is watching it in real life? Because in real life, it's even more fake because he knows what's happening. It's not like it's not scripted. And he knows that demon child is not actually demon child. It's just a little girl in makeup.
Right. I
don't know. I just wanted to bang on that for a second because it keeps popping up on my YouTube shit. And I'm like, go away.
Yeah, I haven't even seen shit. It's not coming up on my YouTube shit. So, all right.
I don't know, listeners, viewers, when you hear us getting flustered or frustrated, or especially me when I get confounded by sometimes simple things, it's genuine. And what others do, it's hard to find it genuine after so much time. PewDiePie has been at it for a long time now, at least in internet time. And I can't suspend my disbelief for him or others like him. Sorry to bang on you guys. Don't destroy our channel.
No, he probably doesn't like our channel either, and fuck him for that. He probably doesn't actually know it exists, but fuck him for that too. Fuck him for all that. Every bit of it.
All right,
that
so
man
we
is
want to
rich
talk
for
about
no reason.
We want to talk about Jim Sterling getting sued.
He doesn't want to talk about it. But
No,
yeah.
I imagine he can't talk about it. I listened to his podcast, The Podquisition, and he said nothing more than he believes he has absolutely nothing to worry about, and what I gather from that is that his lawyers, and that man makes a lot of money, and I'm sure he can afford good lawyers, have told him there is no way that this suit will not be found frivolous, especially because, okay, listeners, if you haven't heard by now, he's being sued by Digital Homicide, the one and only, and they are representing themselves in court. What the fuck are you talking about?
No, this is a genius move for Digital Homicide. First of all, since I'm on this train, fuck you, Digital Homicide, all right? And your shisty, shitty games, all right? I'd call you snake oil salesman, but you're not even talented enough to be that.
Right?
Okay, you want to sue me? Go ahead. I ain't got shit.
In a bottle.
I ain't got shit for you to take.
Tell me how you really feel.
But I do feel like it's a genius move because they are basically making their name off fucking with Jim Sterling. They picked somebody famous who they knew they could draw the ire of, and now they're making a name for themselves out there. Even though it's that old saying, no publicity is bad publicity.
That was
or bad
always
publicity is good publicity.
No, that's a lie too.
Of course it's a lie, but before Jim Sterling, I didn't know who the fuck Digital Homicide was. I just knew that that's a shitty looking game. I don't want to give them 5 cents for.
And see, I don't necessarily see that as a lie either, Clay. Jeffrey Dahmer was nobody till he ate people. And now people are obsessed with what he does. Look at Charlie Manson. People buy his spiders made from hair and shit, dude.
I mean,
so,
you're right. They will be remembered.
Hold on. I can get spider hair?
From Charles Manson.
Or hairy spiders?
From fucking Shit. Charlie Manson's
Hold
hair.
on, I gotta Google that. All right, cool. Y'all keep going. I'm gonna Google that.
Well, here's my thoughts on the whole idea. One, they're not gonna sell any more games having sued Jim Sterling. Had they not, it will make no difference. If you make shitty games, you will not sell games. Two,
that's not true. You won't sell a lot of games, but you'll sell games.
No, I don't believe it. Two, this lawsuit is going to come to nothing other than publicity. And three, they are already the laughing stock of the engaged Steam user. And I am inclined to believe that the average Steam user is much more engaged than the average gamer. So they already have their reputation set for them. And Jim Sterling keeps bringing to light, he and his ilk keep bringing to light that they're making dummy companies under which to publish different games so they can avoid their own reputation. They are already ruined, and this is going to do nothing to boost them.
Hold on.
I can't find these hair spiders.
Me neither.
I'm finding all kinds of shit, but not hair spiders.
Been ruined, Clay, you had to have been something in the first place. And despite the fact that we know their name, they really are nobody. They have no worthwhile games. I mean, careful, we might get sued because apparently you can't just do something like Jim Sterling can't do his job. Even though I wonder how that works because that's not even his job.
No,
he's getting...
He's being sued for libel. And if you don't understand what libel is, it's only libel. Like a critic.
Yeah, hair dolls. Bam. Donna found that shit.
I don't give a fuck about hair dolls.
I do.
I do.
You can say whatever the hell you want about a person until you lie about that person or entity. Then it's libel. Then you are liable in court. So if they found that Jim Sterling lied and in doing so harmed them, he is guilty of libel. I don't think he lied. I watched his coverage. He just played the game and said, wow, look at this garbage. Isn't it garbage? And it was garbage.
It was awful.
And so I don't see any pursuit in this. And no, we can say as game critics and industry critics and the pundits that we are, whatever the fuck we want, so long as we don't lie, and if we do catch ourselves in a lie, we retract it. So that's it.
All right.
Yeah, I believe we are covered by the Second Amendment.
Until you reach libel.
Yes, until you reach libel. Yes. But if he's saying your game is ass, isn't it his opinion-based show?
Yeah,
so
and it cannot be a lie.
That's what I'm saying. Your game's ass. I don't like you. So how's that a lie?
It's not. But the thing is, he said many, many other things, and maybe they believe they have a case to prove that he lied about them. The problem is, I think if they really had a case, a lawyer would have taken up their case.
For nothing, be like, yo, I'll give you 25% if we win this shit or whatever the standard is. Yeah, look, I'm looking at
33% is the standard.
I'm looking at hair spiders right now from Charles Manson.
Well, send me a fucking link. I need to check these things out. Also, I don't know. They're fucking assholes. They're just... Stop. Just stop being bad at stuff. Just stop being shitheads. Just earn an honest living. If you're going to make games, make the best game you can make. Even if you're bad at it, at least you tried. Their problem is that they're the complete lack of trying. There's no effort. It's just like, oh, here's 6 random store-bought, packages for the Unity engine, and we're just going to throw them all together. Oh, okay, cool. Game, $5.
Right? No, it's not real.
I got lots of wonderful video games up in my head. Guess what? I don't know how to make them, so I just don't.
Yeah, I got great ideas. I can't make it, so I'm not gonna. Oh my. Well, listeners, enjoy your hairy spiders and your hair dolls from Charlie Manson's swastika-laden head during our break. We'll be back next week. Until then, subscribe and like us on YouTube. As a matter of fact, I think I'll give away the copy of Lethal League I've been sitting on for so long. Subscribe and leave us a comment and you'll qualify for the giveaway. Send your friends to subscribe and comment if they're interested in Lethal League. It's a fun little indie game. It won Best Soundtrack and some other awards. Great game. I have my own copy of it. And in the meantime, do that. Share our work with your friends and family. And yeah, look for us on SoundCloud and YouTube and your favorite podcast app. We'll see you next week.
Bye now.
Bye. Okay, also, will we be back next week?